So the trumpet that is blowing is to warn the people that destruction is coming.
That's right.
That these nations, they have the arsenal of the Most High on standby to use upon this earth to destroy it. And the spirit of the Most High is going to be upon it. It's going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other. And it's not going to miss its target that the scriptures say.
In Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 14, they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
Correct. So that trumpet is being blown, and both armies are assembling. Because the armies of the Lord Abashibesha is the men who is crying and sighing for the abominations being done right now on the earth. The armies in heaven are preparing themselves as well. The souls of the saints daily are crying and saying, when are we going to be avenged? So everyone is preparing and waiting. Esau as well and the other nations, they are preparing themselves for that war as well. So the tree is ripe, the fruit is ripe, the picking is ready.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakodash.
Apostles and elders that will so our teachers who shall do well. Citation to the men and Benjamin is working successful and true German shall I come. Let the free the elect. We'll continue. Our producer, Ezekiel chapter 3 tells you what? Go and eat the trumpet in Zion. Right? And as you go out, rightfully breaking down, that trumpet is not literal, in this time it's not literal musical instrument, but it's shofar. What is the words that we speak is a warning. You should say, go in the terror the Most High, we persuade men, because these people here laid back nonchalant as every day is every day, but the ship says one day, there are different days that exceed the other, right? So, in the time where the days are shorter, right, and the times of the days are peril are at hand, and the trumpet that being blown is a warning that terror is coming, that dirt, D-E-A-R-T-H, dirt is coming in the land, which is coming. Right? And if you know anything about that, I'm a one year sport. Right? You should show on CNN, you know, when you have two TV, the TV when you turn it to that. Right? You should show the little African children with the big bellies and thighs by the mouth. So eventually the belly big, but it's not with food. Right? It's just gas. Worms, parasites, because the shit must be in any case. Right? And then what? That was famine that they was going through because they were showing. I remember a prolific story where they was walking through, right? And they meet a baby and the cameraman actually followed the baby. And the person who did that story, they get, I think it was a Pulitzer Prize, right? They followed through and they follow behind a child now. When the child get the water, and the child, there was a like baby now, and take the water and carry it, and instead of drinking the water, he was just carrying, and the person recorded and carry the water for his dead sibling, right? But the question was asked the man, because the man, I can't remember the person who got the Pulitzer Prize, he killed himself after this, right? Because he wrote the prolific story, he do the video, whatever it was, right? And then the person, somebody came and asked him, they said, what did you do? After seeing and recording all of this and things, because he won all the prizes for the epic story. What did you do? I think he drive him mad and he ended up killing himself, if I remember correctly. Right? But that's the time that we go in and the scripture in Daniel 12 says what? In a time that earth has never seen before. Right? Jacob's trouble, it says what? Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says a time that earth has never seen before. But Jacob will be say about it, and then Ezra speaks about it too. Right? Ezra speaks about Jacob's trouble as well. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 4. And he said unto me, son of man, go get thee unto the house of Yasharallah and speak with my words unto them. So, you know, Jacob up and is like, hey, don't tell me from the Bible, just tell us your words. Now we are mandated to speak the Lord's words. Isaiah is I know it's 8 and 20, yeah?
My words in your mouth.
Isaiah 33 and 6. And mix out with the Isaiah 8 and 20. Right? If they speak according to this one.
Right.
Right. They speak not according to my words, because there's no light in them. And 33 and 6 say what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at that time. So we giving you the stability or the foundation of mind for the time of the Lord. Which knows the time of the Lord? When the end is, right? It says, for thou art not sent unto a people of strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. So we are speaking to our own people. We're not speaking to the Koreans, right? They have a different language or different culture or custom. But these people, they're not people of faith. I just use them as an example. Right? They're not people of faith. Israel is the people of faith. So we out here speaking to the faithful people, the faithful nation. Right? The covenant people. The Asherah. Right? But they don't want to hear these words. Right? Because they're comfortable in Babylon. They want prosperity in Babylon.
These nations actually have, these nations have faith in the boys in the book. They have faith in the God. But Jeremiah asked him the question, has the nation changed their God which are no gods? Because they watch how much time these nations get conquered and they for nothing they can't change the God. Nothing. They can't change the God from Shiva, they can't change the God from Molech, they can't change the God from Baal. They're not going to change the gods.
Actually, Elam has changed the God.
Elam has changed the God.
God by it, the story about so often that
Even the one who's stuck in the pipe. Remember that article? They started calling Jesus in the pipe?
No, them not worship everybody.
Yeah.
It says, so them can conquer time and time again, and yet still is sticking with that idol that they believe in. All the Canaanites and the Ishmaelites and all these nations that they conquered at one point in time. They would go and conquer them, and when they go back to them, but still serving their God, and then we go and serve their God.
that is weird thing.
You understand?
And you see it throughout Kings, First Kings, Second Kings, Judges. As soon as we go and conquer these fucking people of them, take down the whole nation, take down the king, slaughter the king. And you know, we king must still sit around and still the same God that the no, like we have going with Israel.
Deceive our minds. Lord for a spirit of deception and the king. At the end of the day, yes, God. The Lord put that spirit on them to do that because at the end of the day, right? It's the Lord's story. It's the Lord's story, but the end of it, right? We're gonna get perfect understanding in judgment. In the end of it, you see. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 6. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. It says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
So we tell our impudent,
Foolish. I'm a priest, Allah. Scripture say, he was deaf but my servant.
Yeah, God.
Word impudent, H2389 Kazakh. It says strong, stout, mighty, severe, sharp, hot-foot, bold, violent, harder. So that was different or hard. Yeah, Kazakh. Yeah, impudent. Yeah, strength, prevail, word impudent, yeah, Kazakh. It says strength, prevail.
It says stiff neck.
To put in that context, it's like a Roman strong.
Yeah. And the whole, it's to be firm, fought, fast, secure, to press urgent, to go stout. So they hold on to the ignorance. Like Psalms 19 and 13. That preserve you from presumptuous sin, right? Which goes into arrogance. They hold on to they're wrong and they're proud about being wrong. My God, that's what Jake do. Literal Jake, you remember Mount Jake?
Yeah, what's a good name for that?
My God and my Lord, only my Jesus can save me. Jesus is not his name. Right? You're calling him and you're going to be put to shame. And one piece of application is Baruch chapter 3 and Baruch chapter 2 and verse 13. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. Right? So we're dealing with stiff-necked people. Right? But in the end, as it's on Monday, when the Lord is lifted up, they shall not see, but they will see. Right? They're going to see because these words come to pass. And guess what? You know who's going to see first? Amongst us, the hopefully like you men that do the work, your parents, your colleagues, everybody that you look up and that vaguely knows what you're into. They're going to see first because we went to them first. So, hey, in their mind, it's still there. And he did say this and he did say that. In their mind, it's still there. But it wasn't proven yet. It wasn't made manifest. So they will see. But as it comes to pass, we saw it when the lockdowns happened in CB one night. We started to get calls, we started to get visits from all heads that used to knock and score down in town. You understand? They started to come around, we started to get calls, WhatsApp started to light up. Hey, brother, you can remember me? I said, yeah, I don't even numbers I see here. I know who it is. I know exactly who's this call for calling or messaging. I don't know why. But too late shall be the cry. You see, they said at midnight the cry was made, right? The 5 wise, they trim their lamps. Right, but the 5 foolish had us to go out and get oil for the lamps. And what, the doors were shut. So the doors going to be shut. You see the shit that's going on with YouTube right now? Yeah? How much you can do a day? How much you can do a day, and you want video validation, recognition, something like that. Basically just so you can have a look up YouTube. You understand? Family of the word. Some kind of thing, so you have some video, but I see brother say to copy a link of one of your videos and just put it back and give them for validation on your account or your account.
And there goes the saying, the scriptures say, then they shall know a prophet was among them.
This Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 21 and 22. It says, how long shall I see the standard and hear the song of the trumpet? Because we're already word impudent, right? It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are such as children, they have none understanding, they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
A good thing in their eyes is look at it as evil, but they love to celebrate everything that comes about, every single thing that comes about they celebrate it. But what it actually says that the Lord said to celebrate. They're saying, when you do that cult, hey, you fucking idiot. That's what the Lord said to do. The Lord said to do this. He did not say to do that. You everything he did not say you running up that. It's simple, easy. But you see, the Lord put the Spirit in order to do that. Right?
That's something. There's the book of Jeremiah.
Don't do things that don't even know why it is wrong to do. Understand? Which brings the scripture, it brings the scripture to life. You with your hard head next self, you yourself bringing the scriptures to life.
That's right. Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 3.
One thing establishing the word of God. So you need the scriptures that say you will have knockers and scoffers. You need the resistance. In order to establish righteousness, you need the wicked. In order to have darkness, you must have light.
I'll just say how could our prophets if Israel wasn't going off to war now.
Right. But you see, they don't understand the glory of a prophet. They don't understand when I say the glory of a prophet. The prophet, right? Everything has its glory. They go have a argonite crystal. You go have a quartz crystal. Right? You go have you have the different crystals. Everything has its own glory. Right? A normal stone versus a precious stone. You understand? So when the prophets are deceived, it means that Israel going off. Right? But the word prophet get desensitized with Christianity. I don't know if always able to catch it. I put up a video with this amplified trying to cut VHI. Right? This amplified who saying that we're not the people. And then writing us off as being the people because we believe in the New Testament. Trying to say that basically the Lord and the so-called VHI, right? Or I would say correctly, Hebrew Israelites. The Lord of the Hebrew Israelites is a lot of confusion. Trying to say that when in Genesis when it reads that Lord, when Israel left Egypt, it was on 70 souls. And then when you read the New Testament, it says 75. Right? And he leave it there. So your God is a liar. No. You unlearn and you simple and you will deceive the simple. Christians, the so-called Christians, like underneath vocabulary apology, they will scoop up that and say, aha! Listen, then I say that the apostle, aha! Yeah, they will say, aha! You understand? You can figure out something, aha! Yeah, Muslims will say, aha! He lied, like they'll go and say, he read the Shalmut, that Paul saw him when he was appeared on the hill, right? That nobody else saw, and then the next account saw and heard, right? Because when the Lord spoke to them, he spoke to Paul in a Hebrew language, in the Hebrew tongue. But when he spoke, he was the soulless, they didn't understand the Hebrew. Paul was multilingual.
Well, I think they didn't hear the voice. They didn't hear the voice.
They heard the song of thunder.
Even with Yahweh as well. When the Lord spake to when the Heavenly Father spake to Yahweh, and some heard thunder and some heard the voice. So the elect will hear the voice. That is like a foreshadowing what is happening now. The elect will hear the voice now.
Representing that, as it says in John 6 and verse, you can read that conversation, John 6 and verse 66. I believe guys here.
It's John 6 and
66, 60. The hard saying.
Yeah. It says John 6 and 6 say, many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said,
when they had heard this, so they heard it physically. But
this is an hard saying, who can hear it?
Who could hear it? They heard it and then they said it's a hard saying, who can hear it? So we have two hearings there. Who could understand it? Sometimes when they hear it, they didn't hear it. Alright, or they didn't see it. It's not based on physical sight or physical hearing. It's based on a sense of perception. And that's what he's not going to get.
You should hear my voice.
That is it, and we follow.
Because right now, on 4 chords of the earth, it have a song playing. It have a sweet melody playing on the 4 chords of the earth right now. Certain men passing by and hearing it, and they say, well, this song's coming from the yard, they're stopping by to listen in a little walk, and they get into this. And then certain just passing by because it's sounding like babbling rock music in the ears. So the righteous hearing that melody and they're stopping by. But the rest just hearing like thunder and loud noises and they was torture.
So like what Jake was saying, one of the main scoffers for this past month or week on, he was saying that all you Hebrew Israelites doing is standing on the street sides and shouting, right? All we doing.
Yeah, he ain't a noise.
All we do, we just making noise out there. They don't understand the melody, or they're not getting into the tune that is being brought forth. Now the scripture says we are piped unto them.
I won't be after.
This is Luke 7 and 32. They are like unto children sitting. Let me read those 31. And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation? And to what are they like? They are like unto children sitting in a marketplace and calling one to another and saying, we have piped unto you and ye have not danced. We have mourned to you and ye have not wept.
And when you study a marketplace is not like a library. A A marketplace is this one selling fish, that one selling cocoa, that one selling cucumber, and everybody trying to get a sale. So it's a noisy kind of environment, whilst the men of the Lord trying to reach out. So it's like the noise is like them other doctrine trying to sell what they're selling. Christianity trying to sell what he's selling.
Everybody advertise, and when you look at what advertise is basically a promotion of what they have for sale. Right? The ad. So the strong, the word marketplace goes to the Greek word agora, G58. The strong's definition, it says, akin to properly the town square, a place of public resort, by implication, a market or thoroughfare. Right?
So for you to come and get it, should it have to be something driven you, or draw, as the scripture says, John 6:44. No man could come to me except the Heavenly Father draw him. So no matter what is on sale, the elect will come to this store. No matter who else shout, they could be shouting cucumbers over here. They could be shouting what? They're gonna come to the store.
Have it nice here, have it nice. Have it nice here. You know what they say? Have it nice here, come now. Nah. There's Ezekiel 33 and 32, it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that had a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument.
We playing well on the instrument. These where you get real music. These where the strings and everything are played intricately. Everything is on time, in tune, to the rhythm, to the beat, well organized. Music being produced. But our people today, they into that, like music today, really and truly. Music today is not music back then. Well, I'm a younger head, but the older heads, they would tell you music today is not music like back then. We used to have we used to see the shivering up your spine. You know, you hear that tune? But look at what the masses today gravitating to. I put a cracking. It's real bullshit music the masses running to. So likewise, this Christianity shit, it's like that cracking and crack and that boom and that bam that everybody don't run into today. Whereas real music playing and nobody run into it, because the understanding of true music gone out the window. The appreciation of real music don't go on a long time.
So they will hear the good music and call it.
They call that shit, yeah, that's too slow, that's too late.
They want to hear how your brother.
Continue, it says, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Yeah, they're not following the statutes and commandments on what to keep and what not to keep. They're not hearing the words, or they're not hearing the words of the prophet. You're not supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat that. You're supposed to deal with your brother so and so and so. This way and that way. Nah, I find like too much laws.
No.
That point myself, I got too much you know, I want to do the own things.
So hearing the words and doing them is like hearing the song and dancing to it. Dancing to the song. You understand? Some might pass by and just tap the feet. But you see the elect dancing to the rhythm of that song. They enjoying that music.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it makes sense also. You don't want to hear a song that don't make no sense. When you hear a song that says, you see this making sense. I know what listen to a song with a young brother sing, and it don't make no fucking sense. Get the fuck out of here. Understand? That shit good.
Nowadays, they don't even listen to lyrics. It's one to have a nice beat, one at the bass.
They listen to the words. The words messing them up. You know? Like just like going back to the market example. The food, like Christianity stalls stock up big, but it's opposed to that GMO. When you come to the store of the Lord, it's food that nourishing. Original, living water. You understand? That way scripture say, wherefore do they spend money? They spend money for that which doeth not what profit.
This is Colossians chapter 3 verse 1. If it then be risen with a Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where a Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of God, and set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. For he are dead and your life is hid with a Mashiach in power. So that dancing is now your life. You have to dance. If you remember the movie Ten Commandments, right? When Moses came down and took the position as a Hebrew, as a slave, when he hid himself, he was down in the pits. And what the man said? You dance that dance, bud. Dance that dance. Dance, and he was treading destroying the mud, right? When he was treading, destroying the mud, right? But that was the dance of the Hebrews, right? Being slaves, being oppressed. No, the dance that we dance and this oppression that we going through. Bishop, let's say when wisdom entered to the heart. Moses, it come like a song that who feeds it Moses. But with much knowledge come much grief. With much knowledge, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verses 18. It says, for in much wisdom is much grief.
Right, in much wisdom is much grief. So we come into the street, we get wisdom, we understand. Because if you realize, the pressures that we feel is spiritual enough. Right? Because it takes that you could have accomplished. When it was in the world, prior to the street, the old man, you had goals and they would set them goals and they will achieve. You come into the street now, you have to dedicate your time and your energies mainly to this truth, to this knowledge. So that even if you do set, go, hey, guess what? I want to do a little renovation on the house. This apparatus is low for me because if you load the way to do that, you want to focus on me, put through some trial, some tests, some proving. Guess what? You're making that money to do no renovation. You gotta, hey, as the apostle say, you have to learn how to live uncomfortable. Learn to love uncomfortable things. Because really and truly, we're going to go into our uncomfortable time. Right? But our faith is what's going to get us through that uncomfortable time. Right? So what we're going through, we talk about being exercised therewith. Right? Faith is being exercised. And exercise is what? When you exercise, you break a muscle. And it heals and it gets what? It heals and it becomes more, it becomes stronger. Right? So we go through a spiritual exercise. You understand? So we have to dance our dance. It's a spiritual dance. Bishop just say the servant is not greater than the master. Yahweh went through it. But when Yahweh went through it, guess what? He shed the blood for his sins and for the sins of the nation. Okay? You going through it, we bear our cross. The scripture say, nobody can come to me unless they what? They bear the cross. You have to dance that dance, you have to bear the cross. You have to suffer. But when you're not suffering, they have a conduct to suffer. You can't be suffering and crying out, oh God, tell the street. No, that have a certain kind of dignity what you're suffering. Understanding that what? At the end of this is a crown going to be up. Not saying that you're going to have the perfect, you know, it's something that you're going to learn to be able to take your beating with integrity. Right?
There's Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verses 1 and then jump down to verses 4. It says that everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to weep and a time to laugh. And what did Yahweh say? In John 16, I believe it's verse 33, he said, you shall weep and lament now and the world will rejoice. So everything is time, and we have our time here for weeping, where we underneath the hell and persecutions that is being placed upon us by these devils on top, right, as being the bottom, the lowest nation on the earth. But there's a time coming where we're going to laugh.
And you say, warn to them that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep.
Yeah.
Psalms 30 and 5. For his anger enjoyed but a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Which easy. The day star that's going to dawn the morning, or the dawning of the day, because it's evening and the you know it.
Yeah, so the morning represents the kingdom. Joy cometh in the morning, and the morning represents the kingdom. Alright, which ultimately Yahweh, when he comes, Isaac, we have no hell to go through. So that Yahweh coming is the kingdom come on it.
The day part, the light part of the morning is the kingdom when Yahweh at the top, King David. But the dark part of the morning is the prophets. The prophets out here speaking, teaching.
That's right.
We the evening part right now. It's always darkest before dawn. When we went into that dark hour. Right? Just like how Yahweh he went into what? Garden of Gethsemane and he prayed and he sweat as it was blood. You understand? This is the spirit that we're supposed to be in here right now. In the dance. You know? But
Revelation 22 and verse 5, I'll read from 5. It said, and there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun.
Which isn't dealing with physical night or literal night. It's dealing with there will be no sense of darkness in an ignorance state the nation of Israel is pertaining to. Because this is Revelation 22, which is after Revelation 21, after having what the New Jerusalem descended upon the earth. He said there shall be no light, no night there, no darkness there, no ignorance amongst us. Just wisdom and knowledge. That represents light. Right? Well, because as the scripture says in Jeremiah 33 or 31, it tells us that the sun and the moon, they are set forever, ordinances forever. So if it is, there is no night, then how will the moon have use? And if it has no moon, then the nation of Israel will not be the Lord's people anymore. So there will be night in the kingdom, day and night, same cycle of day and night in the kingdom to come. So this is not literal. Go ahead.
This was just bumps my father Christian, that's a good before. Psalms 13. When I talk about joy coming to the morning, that morning prayer. Basically, he's explaining everything. That morning prayer is in the kingdom. But that morning prayer just represents light. A time of light. And when I understand how the Most High make things that darkness come before light in a day, and how he bring darkness on this side for us, which is the afflictions and the turmoils that we went through, the ignorance, the fall, the abuse, everything. And then he bringing that light for us at the end. You see how the Most High make everything perfect? That is it. Everything calculated.
And this is how we know also that the straight, but the new moon can never be a full moon, a total illuminated moon. Because as you just mentioned, the Most High begins things with darkness.
anybody ever born big?
In the beginning.
In the beginning. In the beginning.
Because
quick one
the
for you.
scripture in Surah 40, verse 43, it says what? In her perfection.
And like that, the precept in a perfection.
Yeah.
And it also talks about the precept. You understand? So when it reaches that full moon, that total illuminated
That's perfection. A child don't born big.
That's it. They don't born perfect.
They don't born
It is
exactly.
growing to perfection.
It's growing to it. So something new, fresh, you have a mango or a cherry is something small and get big. But it reaches fullness. When they say well mango, it's full by. Is it full? Right. So how do you move to be full? The full moon. Come now, man. It's spiritual. When you look at the word spiritual, and it's up in a video and then let's look up again real quick. Right? The word spiritual. Oh shit. I don't pay attention to this one. Let's see if I can get the
Just by that, you should leave the IUIC. Just by that simple thing there, you should know IUIC is not the place to be. Because IUIC is teaching that the new moon is when the moon is full of light. That right there is supposed to show you something wrong with these guys. But you all still stick up there because why? You love the garments. You love the Passovers.
When you listen to that interview that he gave, I listened to about 3 parts. That man had to turn his eye from wickedness. He had to, no, as a cop, he had to turn his eye, seeing things that going on wrong, and turning his eye. He said, it had a Jewish man that brought in that was committing sex with a cat. And when the Jewish man came in, a senior said, hey, what are you doing here? They bring him in. He tell them it's bestiality. He said, somebody walking through the back door. But niggers, he said niggers, they gave them a quota. They gave them a quota, a tickets that I had to get these niggers on. And when they go in the Jewish, when he went to the Jewish community, he said when he carried a man in the Jewish community to help him fulfill the quota tickets, and he quota tickets, they asked him what he was doing there. So how you can be in the police? How you can be a man in Lord and be in the service? Furthermore, I look up the word demon today. I look up the word demon today. And one of the meanings for the word demon is police officer all the time. I'm not sure.
As police officer.
Yeah, that's on Google.
You want Satan too?
On Google, I got
You want Satan goes in that
Let's see if I can get
that's in a suit. Are you the fucking police?
Yes, sir. That also fulfills with the scripture say they are not in trouble as I am. Based on how this world set it up wickedly. The wicked is their past. Esau, Edom, that is. He is their past. He doing all the wickedness, the most wickedness. And he getting a pass.
And as he judges, so is he subject.
Jake just had a sneeze too hard, and that is it.
No, but they say the ship, they say that, and I see that was trying to go with spiritual, because look at how people have it, with spiritual and dictionary that come into source. Like the spirit for the ship, it says, the apostles and they went into it when they were talking about the triangle and slave trade, right? How they say Babylon and they say that, or Christians saying that prophecy in Deuteronomy 28, prophecy in Deuteronomy 28 and 68 does not apply to the Negroes. That the Negroes are killed by the ships, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? The word spiritual means divine, metaphysical, incorporeal, devotional. Spiritual.
So like this, let's gonna show the demon here. The demon, the definition. Zoom.
Take off that light. The
word spiritual light.
Dim it. Alright.
See that? See that?
Nah, I lost it. Yeah, let's see if you can dim it a little bit. No, I didn't.
Yeah, the top the spot. Oh, it's not.
Right, yeah.
Towara. Yeah, tell him Towara now.
God.
So the word spiritually, one of these synonyms is religiously. And religiously means habitually, mechanically. So you mechanically do something, you go to your bed, you say your prayers, you brush your teeth, you face the day, you understand? Automatically, frequently, repeatedly, routinely, systematically or usually. Right? They're not checking the spirituality of things. That's what they did, but it's spiritually, repeatedly, automatically, like the city which is called Sodom and Egypt. What is happening here? Automatically. What's the vibration of automatic? Automatic abomination and wickedness out here. So, if they agree, because the so-called scholars, which are Edomites, by the way, scholars, they agree that America is Babylon. So if they agree that there's a Babylon, who are the people that came via ships? No other nation came via ships. So how could you discredit Deuteronomy 68, 68 being the prophecy of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Israel coming across there by ship? Yeah, they took the natives from the Northern Kingdom. They took them from the South America and they carried them to what? Portugal and Spain. We were the ones traffic on ship.
And then the natives, the 10 tribes came across here on ship as well. All they were across
Of course,
the seas.
yeah. Of course, Ezra's.
Yeah, they would have come across by a vessel.
They took the record of that in Ezra's. They show it in a movie. What is called? The movie. The white man when he said Columbus was reading the writings of Ezra. 1498. 1492.
For that movie?
It was a movie, yeah. And he had on brown, he's like a monk now. And he talk about Columbus. He had the writings of Ezra.
Why he work with a Hebrew translator?
Right. So what I'm saying now is that the record was there. Ezra spoke about it. The record was there that the Lord told about the tempest of the sea was across on the ship. He made the way.
Conquest of paradise.
Conquest of paradise.
And the reason why he walked with them Hebrew translators is because he was looking for the Hebrews.
Exactly.
One of them was Luis de Torres. One of the names of the translators. Luis de Torres, that Christopher Columbus or Cristobal Colon came across with. And also that is found in Lost Tribes and Promised Land by Ronald Sanders. He wrote that in his book. He gave you as well that Cristobal Colon read the book of Ezra. He tell you all that.
So that when they moved, they was moving as what Spanish. But when they moved, like Esau, they was calling us as Spanish. When they moved with a purpose. They moved with the purpose to convert the Lord's people onto idolatry. Going back to the parable of Balak and Balaam. If these people, as long as they straight with the Lord, right, everything is everything. But if you cause them to go off, the Lord won't deal with them.
Shoot it.
You understand?
Then fulfilling it says he pursued his brother with the sword. So he pursued
Genesis 27. I'm not trying to say sorry, but that
like Obadiah.
Obadiah.
Ezekiel.
Amos 1:11.
Yeah, Amos, yeah.
Because I perpetual hatred. Yeah, sir.
A perpetual hatred goes back down.
So that's his spirit. Yeah. It's a spiritual book. The Bible is a spiritual book. Put everybody in the book. There's perspective spirits.
and then a spiritual man. The most spiritual man written of in this book is who?
It's Jacob.
Yahweh Shai. The most spiritual man.
He was Jacob.
Jacob of Jacob.
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 He was saying too.
So like I just wanted to say, how, because as the brother mentioned Cain, going back to Cain, how did Yahweh Shai liken Cain? John 8:44. He said, you have the father, the devil, that was a murderer from the beginning. So this spiritual man, most spiritual man came and he likened a man on the earth that trickles down to a race of people, the wicked, as the devil.
As a deceiver, because the word devil means deceiver.
But when we say the devil is a man, they say crazy.
As he conquered, conquistadors and conquerors, they went and deceived. They went with the translators. They went to deceive. This is the way. Come with the cross, right? Come with the flag, the standard, right? They come with the Bible, and they come with a new God. They come with a new God. He went as a deceiver. That's why the Maroons now are Jamaica. Right? They say, no, we're not going to take that white man and that white man, boy. We're not going to take it. Certain Jake said they're not going to take it. Certain Jake is a rebellion. But when you watch Jake's spirit, natural, like the brother from Barbados, Pasha, what you say? I hope everybody Irie basically translated you're cool. Jacob is cool.
See that in Jamaica a lot too.
And Jamaica, that was not one get two. And then, I forget how the guy, these brothers, let's see it. Give this. No, but I can't remember their slang for wagwan buddy.
Buddy.
Like you're cool buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You know,
In Trinidad it's called all kind of.
it's everything.
When you see
You accent, I'm saying accent I want to use.
we see
But-
by
I'm king, super.
Bring it out. So that we deal with the spirit. We deal with the spirit. Watch this. This is a book of root.
I'm dog, G.
Top dog.
Top dog. I'm king.
At that time, Uncle see you went looking for some up Mongo. So you see when you walk and you see some Jake there. You know when you see Jake and you're from the area, I go hill them. So you see one king, you see the Jake there line and thing and say one king. You're not don't call me no fucking king, don't call me no king. I know no king. That Jake, as a don't know it, hostility one time. You see, you know when you walk, you go in an area and you don't know, you look to different man, you see things open on your back. You say, I'm king. So the man watches, the man say, don't call me no fucking king, I don't know one king with me, I don't know king. Yeah, that Jake, you don't have friend.
Yeah, no, not friend.
See, I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
For you to, and there's a show here, all the curses to each other. It's our Edomites that coming down here and going in these hotspots and making documents. And you know people telling them, oh, you don't go there, to go rob you, to go kill you. And them coming out with the skin clean. And they're going to get criminal to say things that they do. A Jake could do that?
We see that in Enterprise.
Yeah, the white man went to buy lava.
Sergeant Alex. Yeah.
At crisis had to talk all kind of thing.
Then he went up by the tongue. He just went all over and he stomach safe.
See, that one who went on the tongue.
That the power he saw. One subtitle in the other creature. He saw him come and sit down and talk with you and take a shot. When they watch cops, right? Or watch any movie with law enforcement, what do they say? Come on, they stop taking the interrogation room. They always see things are looking good or no? They sit up the whole way, things are looking good. Yeah. They'll lie and tell your partner snitch on you. You gotta prepare our minds for that. But the time will come that they say, you shall be put in prison 10 days. Where they might come and say, hey, this brother said that I take it already, he said all the options, yeah, where's the word, what you see? Hey, what you see? What you have a plea bargain? You say so, you agree this, right? And then you get less time. I don't understand that there is the devil. Even if you're watching a cake in front of you, as an officer, he's in the spirit of a fucking devil. And he see back.
If I can say this real quick, Mama Pasha. A day ago, I was to do a job for a customer, right? But over the conversation, he's a so-called pastor. So, after he finished, I engage him. When engaging him now, then he reveals himself, he say, well, why is a cop? Sorry. He said, but from the way I talk, Brazil. But from the way I talk, he said he's a Hebrew Israelite.
They know it.
So they know we are.
They know me. You know when this whole data breach thing, right? They say that well, I was put onto a site they can go and they can put a name and on the dark web they say, and they can put a name and they can see if any of your data was stolen. But they're not telling you where your data is. My name up there.
Just
But when I say data will get stolen from me, that's what they say. Right? But they're not telling you what data it is.
Okay.
Right? But what it says to it says that you need money dark web. Yeah. But yeah, I could call that thing. But I don't know how to find it out. But I don't know whether it's just a link, but the person told me that there's a link that TSTT sent out.
as I say,
But I have more than one people on my knee.
just because I have doctrine,
I ain't worried about that.
just because I have doctrine and this knowledge, as I speak it, there is no knowledge different from Christianity.
So once you go on the dark web,
They can pull your shit.
yeah, your IP address on the dark web open. Remember, it's a network. Once you connect to the dark web, all them hackers there will see that trace of your IP and connect it. It's networking. I said, yeah, it's a virus. You give them the information.
I think you don't like when you actually go into the lake down and take your shit.
Oh, yeah, take your shit.
But there's ways you can do it, but you gotta get different VPN and you gotta get different.
Them all over the rule and
Yeah.
that shit.
But just the spirit alone.
Well, at this stage here, you can have nothing to lose, you know, in terms of the bank account is zero. So they can go and take nothing out of nothing. I will still have nothing.
What's high information?
They can set you up.
Set, yeah?
All that kind of shit.
All your pictures you just take on your phone, it's stored on your Google Photos. I'm going to take all that gone.
But the serial information come up.
Yeah.
But he's saying it's not me, it's one of your relatives. He exact fucking and he mailing address.
I believe there's an agenda, you know, to help usher in the correct man.
You go crypto.
No, the correct man.
Sorry, the correct man, yeah. Correct. Correct. Is that because at the end of the day, or again, you should be being ignorant of one matter, sort of thing. So, always watching that with the trillions thing. The trillions cryptocurrency trading company, right? Man said government brace him, lords and bosses brace him, and he says too much. He sell the business to him. You understand? But what he say? He said the government will have more security than him.
He said the person that taken over Arias, which probably right the government.
Yeah.
I believe that was scripted when he was talking that nonsense and all. He had part of that shipping. He got a piece of money to do that.
When he sell it, you get money.
Yeah,
Right,
that was scripted.
But what I'm saying is that you have to listen to the unspoken word too. You understand? If the government come and brace him to get it, if the state come to get it, what he do there was basically what DSS was doing. He was doing something when he could have made money unregulated by the state. In other words, the government can tax that shit because there had no legislation for them to tax that shit. Right? And no legal. No, we know that the rulers and the people, they have a model, which is the Roman model, order of chaos, right? Order out of chaos. That's why they're constantly where a little black boy could get money to bring out they don't have that money, they don't have that resource. They might know one or two bad men, but know one or two other bad men, and then they create a chain of connection and make go back to a different island or country. But really and truly, the backing and the resource, the gateway to open is up there. Is he rich? Is he rich? And the rich, you see, to talk about the rich, they will help one another. They find themselves in problems, right?
The man who was doing as well?
Huh?
The man who was doing as well?
Like one of them.
Like so?
Nah, I think he now working with me. I think they working with me, but
No, you saw what's going on listen.
right. He working with me, but I don't think he went to the show, but he does. He with them up there.
You them up there?
I think he does to them doctrine too.
Okay.
He bug out. Sometimes he come here and he's taking the eye all up in the head and like he's like going mad like
Yeah. Get your phone now, vibe, sir.
What the fuck is this?
yeah, he was going to bring the precept.
Youth?
All them who go Israel, they get bug out.
Alright, bring the root. Yeah, but just to touch back on the vibration, the spirituality root.
It's Ruth chapter 4 verse 1. It says, Then went Boaz up to the gate and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by unto him and said, Oh,
He said what?
oh,
Adam Brethren, I drew deceased. He was a Reuben or God. He was like native now. And yeah, Eddie Birdie here, and he see that woman like she went, oh! She like that. And he said, get you.
I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. That is something that these J women actually cling to. No joke. Like, yeah, this one, oh, you see that thing, and then if I say, very beautiful, and I swear.
When you say old, you're looking someone like a old.
Yeah,
Sheldon, I said, I'm going to say, hey, begin. Fucking shut again. Again, let's come fast enough.
But they don't like embarrassment, they like to look good.
Yeah, so don't call me so my name so hard. So they come fast and get quiet. No, Sheldon, move. Hey, girl, I'm going to fuck over them. Fucking begin come. Big nose, long mouth, and all that.
So that the things that they're insecure about.
Yeah.
So you will get them on that. And then, hey, you know the English twins, that is on TikTok. The English twins, some that about also. There's twins. There's brothers. One with the fat or the ass or whatever it is, and the next one have the low haircut. There's twins. I will try to see if I can find it and sell it there.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't have to do it.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's too dark. There's walk up and there's this girl. There's this woman. I say, they don't really this, he was trapped. He will come out and he will be like, but the latest thing he was doing, he saw, so like if I one person, he saw. And taking so looking like he following the woman, so now. And then she will come now. Like when he taking up, when he come now, there's a selfie taken now, so the track on. Why you tripping? And you, depending on how they, yeah, if they try to shit them up, he will shit them back up worse. And then you say, no, behave yourself. Do it supposed to get every number they'll give me number.
Yeah, that's it. That Jake could try outside, but he can't try entry.
I guess you.
These girls come here.
They're masculine, they're Russia.
Yeah, but you know really going. Remember one time, and true. I don't see him really going wrong. You nigga woman with out there. But even his girl is a white girl, but white girl.
Oh, right. Yeah, tall fella.
Yeah.
Right.
He and his brother does do it too.
Right.
I want to back. I saw it, I don't know if it was 15. So there's Luke 1 and verse 26 to 28. It says, and in the 6th month the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hail.
Yeah. That's all. That Jake. He saw nothing like, hi, who you? Oh, well to that. Who's well to that? Oh,
How do you do?
And the other sports, he saw don't have a spoon roll over. But they're not real. But Jake have a way with us.
Pass the tangy, I
That's what he is. He's a deceiver. So he always had to come in and deceive before. You see how
I just you see how
Dating program, algorithm, and all kind of shit.
Imagine you had I don't know about that. Yeah, I get confused. I thought that it was going and carrying was actually. I didn't know you used to date woman for years. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know you used to date woman for years. This is called a court. There are people that's called that thing dating. You're dating a woman for 7 years because you ain't married yet. So they call that dating. Bro,
It's an excuse.
we don't date in this way.
It's not saying that's an excuse. That's a
Like, she's a way up. So.
Like she's a way option.
It's like she's a taste too. Taste different flavors.
You're jamming all over the place. They're talking about your potting.
Because I was just on a date last week. I was just on a date last week with a guy from England, and then I was on a date with this guy from Japan. It's one of the days. It's tasting.
That's an excuse to be
Adultery.
a
Right?
I just wanted to touch back on the thing with the trillions, right? But saying that what happened there is that I opened up because he spoke certain things. He said what the government, he talked about the security. And as I was saying, there's something unregulated, like for example, DSS, they can't tax it. Right. But it was unregulated as by the laws and the state. And then have the crypto laws are fully in place. You understand? So they can tax. So that even when he talk about the laws and the bosses, the state can send the laws and the bosses because them paying them shit. Them working for them too, them funding the good and bad. What he showed us do? He showed us fund the government and the militia in certain countries. You understand?
And that's what happened in I believe it's World War One with Hitler and them. World War Two. World War One was when the Germans were going something. World War Two. World War Two. So like
but it's happening right now in Africa. When you hear them talk about in Congo, these are the different mineral rich places in Africa. That's what happening. They're funding the militia, but the Hamites enslaving their own people from children coming up, young boys, so and girls to work in mines. You understand?
that happened in India too. To do this grand finale with these women that just run down these fancy makeup to have young children. Right? Not even over the age of being adults in biblical script. They don't believe that over the age of 12 years is a man or woman. So upon any that age, I'm going to go in the mines, they just have caving needs. You know? These are the things that happen in the foremost of the youth.
Yeah, I saw a documentary on that the other day. Right? We know it here. It's down here. I think it's Seneca. Them might be silica, but there's a, like we have, there's a stone, right? There's a stone, but the stone, when it get crushed, and it's soft, it might be stone, but it's like flattish, right? But when it like crushed, everything is make dust. But if you watch it good, it'll be shiny, right? It'll be shimmering, right? I can't remember if it's I don't think it's silica. It's something with S. Yeah. But that stone, it's prevalent in Trinidad. That stone, that shimmering, is what they used to make makeup. So like even when they're showing you the documentary, they're showing you the whole the road. The road is not pitch, it's dirt. And the whole road, when you're watching the camera showing the road shimmering. And when they take it, they're taking the stone and they are going into the processing that, and they're getting that shimmer to put in the makeup. So when you see women have on their makeup and they shimmering, they're glistening, that's from a stone. You understand? And it actually benefits the body because mineral is something natural. It benefits the body. So they was really all that too. But it's I mean, we don't really care though. Once it's them, you don't do it, and not us. Right?
How about you?
But it had that, we were speaking about, we were spawning both sides.
Of course, they have also so much. But they have on the phone, right? And really and truly, a woman, you know, she's supposed to move out before a man. She moved like he's supposed to move.
I saw that just move.
Yeah, he's supposed to, they're entitled, but in the kingdom, they don't have that shit.
But in the documentary, or the mini documentary, something about economic plan. Yeah, watch it. Something about economic plan.
Yeah.
They show you the 4 ways, or there's not 4 steps, but there's 4 ways that you can take over
A nation.
The resources. The first 2 ways that I send them first 2 ways, and if it didn't work, I can't remember the name of the first 2 ways, but the first way that they keep the diplomacy. They go and have a meeting, they send somebody, a representative, and come to the government and tell them that they don't want this and that. If it didn't work, what they send next is somebody to cause a
Coup d'etat.
So they would fund the people to go out and protest or go out and vote. And what they would do, they would have this whole stretch here for the people, and they would focus the camera on this section and make it look like the whole country in a coup against the government. So when they push down the media now to the whole world, they would say, well, this man here wicked, that wicked.
There's one dog. There's a movie which created a whole scene. This is what the brother saying there. And say that America was at war with some country because the Prime Minister had a great folly going on because they was running for election. And he's always putting things out in the movie, like Job chapter 15. He go on out telling them on himself. And they create a whole scene with one book, and they even create a song out of it. And which most people believe that America was doing some war, but it was ultimately to hide the fault of the Prime Minister or the President. Just going into what you're saying, it's just what we sort of do.
Well, you know, we had that in most recent times with Juan Guaido.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Juan Guaido. Juan Guaido, a CIA operative, trained, right? And they run that whole economic hitman scenario with him. To set him up against the president and Maduro.
Never happened to you.
The last well, they start pushing him, but there's still the whole media on him. So they start pushing the media. Guaido. Maduro. Yeah. Cuba too. Right now, I know when I see that video. I think I sent it in the group. Cuba and Russia, they have a Russian naval ship across in Cuba right now. Yeah, but the reason why it's there, because as all the other nations, Venezuela, I think, America have heavy sanctions on Cuba. So Russia now facilitating Cuba with oil and gas and different things.
did that same thing with Venezuela, Russia. Russia actually built Russia actually built big groceries in Venezuela. Presently, right now, Russia actually built big groceries in Venezuela right now. So all these nations who America the Great is in war with, Russia have these people as their alliance. Which who can remember clearly approximately 2 years ago, or maybe it could be a little more, Russia bring down nuclear capabilities down in Venezuela. That make headlines in papers here locally.
Just the other day they did it.
Because what they're doing is a besieging of Babylon. Just as how you used to besiege a city, that is what happening presently with America, aka the Great. So what they're doing is they're grabbing all these strong nations because they beat that guard onto them. They beat that guard onto them. You know?
Since the Cold War, Russia had collusion and ties with Cuba. Since in the Cold War. That's why America have sanctions on them now, because they always had that partnership with Russia.
But see, what happened in Europe is NATO have missile defense system surrounding Russia. That is why they say that they're not allowing Ukraine to join NATO, because Ukraine and Russia are too close to the border, too close, so they're not gonna let them join NATO so that they could come, so that they
Too close to home, that's too close to home, yeah.
But watch how they operate. Right? Because I've just asked, man, whatever happened to one vital guy? What happened in Ukraine and Russia? That was done. That was going on. But what they focus on now? Israel war with Palestine and Hamas. Right? See, it's wherever they put you to focus. That's what he's doing. He's putting the focus on what they want to do.
Russia will just disappear this all of a sudden. You understand? Media, you know? The power of the media.
I think all the focus with Venezuela is them on Guyana, the land territory, Venezuela, Ukraine was the war. Fuck why? Know what they say?
This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 6 to 8. It says, shall not these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid it himself with thick clay, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And a wave that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties among them, unto them.
This Babylon the Great gets so great off of other nations' riches. How they building phones, building cars. It's resources from Africa, from nations in Africa. Cheap labor, and how they build up their nation specifically is off the backs of the so-called Negroes. Free labor as well.
Free labor.
They're saying that it's our fault that we're behind it. No. We can't employ anybody to work for us for free. You had that for hundreds of years.
Old money.
After they drop the bomb in Hiroshima, they topple the economy, then they go in there and they tell them, okay, all the money ain't worth nothing, but the US dollar worth something. So they pay them $2 to make one shoe, and then they take that shoe and carry it in US and make 500% profit on that. They do that in many countries. Free labor again. I saw.
Increasing with that which is not his.
Can't.
We can go into the tech clay. Even the server tech clay going into the election, the US dollar, they claim it to be a value.
Yeah.
But you really not a value,
Not at all.
you got no proper backing.
You will see that now.
Yeah, and then the man that doing all this, he was once known as the European man. And what Europeans describe as leadership there. Let's spit, having no resources. So what they do, they actually destroy a man and his heritage, they go into his place, You say, I hear you saying all this fucking shibidi there, all the believe in fuck that shit. Right? You go to Henry, because he's better than me. Look, I your God. I come in here and I taking your shit, and I'm gonna do what I want with your shit. Now guess what? All the nations rising up against it. Right? But
when this, I think it's so it's all say about all nothing. You want all nothing and be happy.
and be happy. There's
Yeah, Klaus Schwab.
Klaus Schwab might have said that. Also, Trudeau, Justin Trudeau of Canada.
No, it's Klaus Schwab.
Right, but Justin Trudeau of Canada, he said it also on a forum, and that made big headlines too. You understand? But Klaus Schwab from the WEF, the head of the WEF, he said it, and you know,
And it's long time people owning nothing and being happy because
the
the money that we have is actually nothing.
we working to pay bills. We working just to survive.
These people have their money stored up in the vaults, gold, silver, precious stones, oil, and what they have us fighting for? What they have us fighting for is paper money. Plastic. In our country, they give us plastic. You notice since when they bring out the plastic straws, plastic money, orchard straws, when the paper.
Yeah.
You notice that?
I think it's fruit trap.
All them box shoes and all them box shoes.
Paper straws. Plastic money, paper straws. When was paper money is plastic straws. So straws that get rid of my answer.
They say they want things to be environmentally
It's not
friendly
enough
now.
straws
All
in
kind
the
of agenda to food people.
That's it. All nationalities.
They take the plastic straw and make money.
That is one of the greatest robbery ever happened in this world, you know. What paper money? They like taking paper money and buying gold with it. And you're buying land with it. And then the money depreciating. But it's like it's one of the greatest. I don't understand it. That's what I don't.
And that starts from a gold certificate. When you brought in your gold back then, they used to give you a certificate so you could collect your gold. And then from that, they step from now paper. And that paper is back binding that thing.
Or you say call it a credit note.
A credit note.
That's what this is. It's a promissory note to something tangible. Gold.
Really? And
It's real money. It's real money.
So like, you go and look up money on online etymology dictionary, like after the definitions and stuff, it has a what is called a journalist. One of these journalists wrote, he said the power to take a piece of paper with a couple inscriptions, a couple inscriptions on it and a couple faces and give it value. He said there's a power that should not be given to man.
There's a spell. There's a spell. There's a spell.
Yes.
There's a spell.
And make you desperately dependent on it.
You can go and spend $5 million and then go and buy a big piece of land. You don't print that out of thin air, and one buy a physical piece of land with this.
And you telling me so it's not a magician?
But please forget the Governor General. A man that made that fancy signature. A master all up. There's a spell. Every cast has a spell on the people.
You know what I'm saying? They come like this man when you 20. You put 20. And you put, I go put 20. And make it look like you gave it more money. No, you lose it, you find that thing. It's sorcery. It's just a fool you. And Jake's so simple. Jake believes, hey, you see what we do there? He makes my money increase, no. Your money increase and he only deplete. It's sorcery, magic.
Sorcery, wicked.
This is Lamentations chapter 5 verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless, our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money, our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution, we labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. So they put in that, they cast that spell, they take that paper right? And if benefiting 100, 200, 500%, 1,000%. Yeah?
We just call that in the court of law. When somebody do that and they bring them up in court, we just call that extortion, fraud. And the scripture cover is that jail.
And then you come on your land and then make a set of laws. You have to follow that law. And when you deep into it, there is, hey, wait now, what on there? This man is
Fraudulent dealing.
This man. And you're trying to come up against him now? You can't.
This is verse 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that will deliver us out of their hand. We got our bread with peril of our life because of the sword of the wind.
And guess what it says? It says servants rule over us. Our servants rule over our king.
Never that about
Never. That could have happened. That means that's an error. That means to say that man that ruling over you now, he's supposed to be under your foot.
You said that the servant is not greater than the master.
Yeah? He's supposed to be under you, but no, he ruling.
I'm gonna bring this real quick, Baba Kosha. Just come in now. Right? This is Luke 17 and verse 7. The Lord speaking to the right? Just on the topic of a servant, right? It says, but which of you having a servant plowing or feeding cattle will say unto him, by and by, when he is come from the field, go sit down to meat. Right, which meat, M-E-A-T there means to eat, right? It says, and I will not rather say unto him, make ready wherewith I may sup. Right, so there's an order. The servant is beneath the master, right, and not equal to the master, right? It says, and gird thyself and serve me till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink. And that's the order of things. That's how things going to be reestablished. These nations are servants unto the nation of Israel. That's why they fighting so hard to turn the right, to keep us in the dark.
Well, that's how this will run. This will what they actually doing, they hoping that we keep believing that they are the superior. They same thing what they do with the money, with the fiat currency. You print one and put a color on a piece of paper, and as long as you get people to believe that this is the value of that, this could buy a pound of fig or this could buy a car, it will run. But if people stop believe that, if people are raw, so let it. That's why this is a faith-backed monetary system.
So it comes like that. This comes
Look at Micah chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, are there yet treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measure that is abominable? And the NLT, I read it in here. NET first. Say, I will not overlook O sinful house, Micah 6 and 10, the dishonest gain you have hoarded away, or the smaller than standard measure I hate so much. And that is this fiat currency. It's not the correct standard, it's smaller than standard, not even standard. This paper dollar that they have. Right? It's in the NIV it say, am I still to forget your ill-gotten treasures, you wicked house, and the short ephah which is accursed? Then in verse 11, Micah 6 and 11, it says, shall I count them pure with the wicked balances, and with the bag of deceitful weights? For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth.
And just so back on what you were saying just now, right? People don't show that ignorance. That's why that foreign country to Israel say that like we just shut to Israel is black men in America. Because we represent, we open in Pandora's box concerning knowledge. Yeah, Jake witness and Jake don't even know what you do. You favor the youth. Saying that well, all they want to do is blow shit. Yeah. That knowledge,
Fuck you good with knowledge alone.
right? That knowledge. That acknowledge when as we speak, things happen prophetically. Because we speak it in the name of Yahweh Hashem El Shai. As we speak, things are happening, things moving. No. One of the prophecies in 2 Corinthians 15 is that there's going to be sedition among men. Right? And what sedition means? Going against government. Sedition is going against government. Right? So when these nations going to get fed up, look at this little island here. Look what's happening. So there's going to be some point. If you leave it up to these fucking dogs, somebody put it up, I think it was Matthew put it up, a screenshot today, right? Where in the comment that they were saying that they, some 3 men or 4 men went in and they robbed a bar or something like that, right? And this person say, well, I can't, for thing, you want to say who it is, right? But basically they say it's niggas again and basically, try to eradicate them. So they will want to cleanse. They have Jake, that is police soldiers army. They're training them. They have their mindset to kill their own people, right? But guess what? You have the wicked in authority, and they're not giving anybody anything to the people. So that's saying so your eye burning. You're not having, right? You're hungry. You're not having, and the people who haven't saying nothing is wrong with the rich remaining rich and the poor remaining poor. That's an unbalanced scale. That's an unbalanced scale, and they're going to have a mutiny. They're going to have a mutiny. Sedition means to go against government. So these people are going to rise up. Now, what should be terrifying to them? Oh, Alexander and TV on Beyond the Tape saying, it's not to frighten the people. There's some businessman in South. They find 14 guns, right? 14 guns in the house, buried in the ground in a barrel, right? And they had like he was explaining was the head, which is the main part of the gun, and like what they do, they 3D printing and machining. So they send down the originals and they 3D print and they machine, and all you have to do is get in all the other parts and assemble. You understand? So you say it's not to frighten anybody, but you should be frightened because that's coming from fucking you. That's what coming from you. Or that the cashier that they find in the stumble upload in Santa Cruz, and the next cashier that they stumble across, right? They know they have whatever. Right? But at the end of the day, there's going to be a sedition rising up against them. Right? And these people, hey, that's what the police don't understand, right? That the national security, right? The Lord will balance the scale, but the Lord will balance the scale because they're wicked no fuck too. They're wicked no fuck too. But the Lord set them as a necessary evil. They're a necessary evil. The Lord set them up. Romans 13, the Lord set them up. But they're going to get judged too.
To add what you're saying, the police got tipped a drug lord have over $100,000 worth of gold and ammunition. They went, when they go, they take all his stuff and they bribe him. They tell him, give you $60,000 and he'll get back his stuff. He give them $50,000 the next day and they bring back all he thing. He went and report them. the police in trouble.
So you see how everything the ship, they say, be not ignorant of any matter. You see when the Minister of National Security, Hines, come out and say, for national security and the FIU and other public service, right? They want to what? Implement tracking, electronic monitoring. They want to implement electronic monitoring for these services, for these government services, national security, what to maintain their integrity. So that's the start. So that means anybody working in national on the needy state, they're gonna be what? See him first. They're gonna be see him first. Because Revelation 13 and 15, he had power that they that won't worship the beast or the image of the beast, that they should not be put to death. They're gonna pierce you. So hey, you grow up, when you tell your parents and they will tell you, you try to get a government job. Why are you trying to get a government job? So you can maintain a pension. Right? So you can get a pension, you'll get a good pension money. You'll get NIS, you'll get gratuity, get a government job. You understand?
Easy to get loan.
But that's leading on Egypt. And what? They will pierce it through your hand. What?
Can't.
Back to what I was talking about. Rowley, they talking and he had to get it rich, so he make opportunities for the poor. There is something called trickle down
trickle-down economics he was alluding to. And trickle-down economics are economic policies that disproportionately favor the upper end of the economic spectrum, wealthy individuals and large corporations. What is meant by trickle-down economics? Trickle-down economics theory states that tax breaks and benefits for corporations and the wealthy trickle down to everyone else. So we get them rich and then it will just trickle down. If you break tax for them and you make sure them in a stable condition, them will spend more, so then when them spend more, they trickle down to the lesser fortunate. And that is what Ravi was alluding to, and that bullshit. That's shoppiness, that's not factual, that don't work.
When we trickle down, we don't start.
They don't ever trickle down. But
You
you're
know that?
tricked.
He know that.
If
He
I-
know
for
that.
the dumb.
They are tricked for the dumb.
If I could say, right, the government ministers and them nothing trickling down because the ones on them who hire up, they're getting free gas, they're getting all the utilities that all the perks that them getting, so nothing trickling down now. They're fooling people.
Food allowance.
Yeah.
They don't pay for fucking food. They don't
Exactly.
pay for gas. And they still, what's right? Them bitch and them have that allowance and they know, I know personally. You know what they doing? That food card, them still taking the fucking food card.
Yeah.
And they still want a raise.
One morning I was listening to the radio while working, and on a slam they end up being in the perks of a MP, and then they went to the perks of a councillor. And these people that say that they have food allowance, they have traveling allowance, they have gas allowance, they have utilities allowance, they have travel allowance to travel abroad, they have allowance to pay guards, and these allowances are in TTD, these allowances is in USD by the thousands of them. And then they would say it's hard to give fucking USD.
For them.
Boy, you work for them.
But
Them
it's
crying,
supposed to belong to you.
Them is fucking crying. You working for them and them is crying. Them is crying on your price.
Yeah?
You working for them and them crying on your price. Them having it. I tell you the Lord don't like evil. There's an unbalanced scale. Unbalanced scale is
That's like when The Rock and Oprah went and begged the Hawaiian people to get money.
They say a billionaire next to a millionaire
Yeah.
begging the poor. Fuck empty all their bank account now.
The real job
Alright,
rock
that's
for
why
that.
they will look at buy fucking Hawaii.
Exactly.
So all they combine. Let our powers combine. Fucking buy Hawaii.
Buy Hawaii and follow what they wouldn't do it. They rather come and beg.
Now they don't have no liquid cash. And some money tied up in assets. They don't have no money.
Yeah, I feel it foolish.
Nah, that was Captain Planet. Fire, water, wind.
That's some here, and we got some.
No, I just get more clear definition, please, right? So, what is an example of trickle-down effect? Trickle-down theory is the theory that benefits given to the people at the top of a system will eventually be passed on to people lower down the system. For example, if the rich receive tax cuts, they will pass these benefits on to the poor by creating jobs.
Not the Trinidad.
And that's the same thing Ravi was
That
saying.
he was
about
saying.
opportunities.
Yes.
What type of opportunities? Because any form of payment will be made in electronic or digital currency. Or via what in chip.
Before you stay, what
See him.
minimum wage? $20 fucking an hour.
Bread price.
Before it was $17.50. $3
Barely.
And a loaf.
It's
A
$17.
bag of bread.
$17.
A bag of bread is $17.
Yeah, sliced
And
bread.
when you're hungry,
You can
Sliced bread, I think
Dan,
regular
you
sliced
yes.
bread.
Or they mama Kool-Aid was 50 cents. You can buy Kool-Aid.
Was it
no,
this?
$3. $1.50 for a pack of Kool-Aid. In certain places, you know, $1.50 for a pack of Kool-Aid. So literally, it's a bread and 2 Kool-Aid. You don't even have the sugar. You don't have the sugar, you don't have the water. This is very evil, you know. It's evil ahead.
And them have pantries home.
Can't walk into.
Walk-in closet. Yeah, walk-through closet.
and they tell you
Bread and meat on every side.
tighten your belts. And the belt that's tight on your fucking short area that you're choking, but they tell you tighten your belt. Tighten it.
Only coming to that belt slack still like that.
I can still pass my hand between. Because it's not belt no more, it's a collar.
All that is to justify the judgment. That would justify the judgments they get to.
That time when I was with Larry, you had to move it from there because you don't tight it, you move it to get more room up here.
You know, you have a choker for the people and you have a choker that when they pull, it's like teeth that is coming, so it's not the hitting here, it's a fucking choker. And digging into your throat, you know. That's what they're hitting me.
And then it had these people saying PNM till they're dead.
Right. That's the libation. That's the covering. That's the libation. That's the covering that they tune it. Want to use that
And they mean it.
for help. That covering that they want to me. Right? A libation. They literally cover themselves with the enemy, with the doctrine of the enemy. But the Lord said, what?
If they mean it
I
again.
said, this is man that walking, not in the council of the unborn. With the council of the unborn, they set down from east one either. When they have the G7, they build a boat, they different have the WEF, the WHO. When they sit down and they talk and they say, hey, here what you see, this is what your country gonna do. This is what your country gonna do. Because the thing they change.
So that the 300.
Council of 300, right? Trade never changed. You should in Ezekiel say that but they get rich by the traffic. What was the traffic? The traffic was slaves. How the slaves was traffic? Through ships. Or food, commodities, traffic through ships. They had CV-19. What happened? They had the ships up sailing. The ship was over the coast in the west coast. They wasn't bringing in the goods. They say what? They had the scale of bringing in the pandemic. What? Well, they created that in the first place. You understand? But what was the main thing that happened? You see, what people are watching. You don't watch them. No, people are watching. People watching, right? This whole war between Israel and Palestine, right? Netanyahu pull out the map and he say, "We see we're gonna extend the border, but it's coming back to the trade road because there's a route that to bring in the goods and the commodities from the east, from Asia to Europe, and if Netanyahu gets to finish his plan." And they annex the whole of Palestine, they will control the Gulf of Suez.
Right.
The Gulf of Suez prevents the ships. A system is like that is like the Panama Canal on that side.
Right.
So instead of having to go through go around the whole of South America to come back to North America, or to go to the top,
To the Atlantic.
right?
Yeah.
You pass through Panama. Right? That was a man-made canal. Right. You pass through Panama, so you cut it in half. The shortest distance of land, they cut it and they pass through. That's what the Gulf of Suez is to the, instead of they having to go around the whole horn of Africa to come back up to Europe, they cut through the Gulf of Suez.
And then
right?
they still have to go through Akbar.
To go up.
So I think Suez is at the top of the Red Sea.
Right. So you have the Africa between, before the Middle East, Africa and Middle East coming up, Israel and coming up this way, and Europe is more like this way. Okay. Right, so it comes through. I can't remember the Gulf of Akbar. In the map in my mind right now, I can't remember exactly where Akbar is. But basically, instead of having to cut down and around, they cut it through right here. So Israel, Gaza, Palestine right here, right? They cut through here and they come up because they were bar. Well, they will have Italy, Greece, Cyprus, all in place right there. They're not in Europe now. Right? So when they do what they do, they're going to control the Gulf. They're going to control the trade route. You understand? But what happened during the CV? Remember, I had a big cargo ship that's blocked off the store and blocked off the Gulf of Suez. And what Tips was in sailing. Right? He saw run a total beta test. True.
And now when it was 10 billion on a day.
They check it. They say Egypt making 19 billion off of that route that they have. So they want to get rid of that. Esau ain't getting none. They say. Oh, you can making all that money, I ain't getting none.
Esau have no money making in the Middle East.
None.
The devil must control everything.
Yeah, they want
That's
to
why
get
he
you.
placed that he wanted them to put it so that he could have that port in the Middle East, so that he could have shares amongst things. That's why they say it would never have peace in the Middle East as long as Israel live, as long as the rats across there. Because Esau put his pawn across it to try to get resources from, try to disrupt peace them and get resources from these other
I
nations.
see me saying when you go for Akbar.
Yeah.
But they control more. They can run the ships right there. They can run the ships right there. Come down Akbar and go to the Suez. Come down Akbar and go to the Suez. They can control it right there.
I can know they're looking into the maps there, and just to the Apostle Taha say, he said just now he gonna give an exam or like a test on maps. So he telling Jakes, or they get to know all your maps. He keeps saying that like for the past 2 or 3 days, get to know your maps. So that's a good thing you're doing there.
But that's the spirit train. We spirit train.
Can.
We know the vibration because you have to know like for example, one of the things I was confirmed in Jake the other day was IUIC was breaking down. He saw coming from what it was from Mount and mixing up Say and Petra timing where it was. Or the Caucasus Mountains. I think he was mixing it up. Caucasus Mountains and Petra or Say or whatever. The Caucasus Mountains is in Romania, Russia. And he has a piece of the man is from Mount Seir, which Mount Seir is in Edom, right? But Edom is like when the tribe of Judah would have been like south. So Edom was like east. East one Edom is southeast to Judah, right? And where the tribes were set up. You understand? So, I mean, when it in it, which in study and everything, you'll come across it and you'll pick up when the tribes, how the tribe, because it was the land of Canaan before, right? You hear the Valley of Hinnom, right? Not Hinnom, sorry. It had a place, the Jebusites that we're talking about, right? And like certain mountains and things like that where Ham would have dwell, thing. So we know when they go into the world, you understand that, but certain Ham and the tribes right, dwell there. So that's why they remain there, whatever. When they go into the world.
And like you say in Obadiah, it talks about Day of the South, which is pertaining to Judah. Right. Judah being south, more southward, allotted area given.
Southern Kingdom.
Right, because being the Southern Kingdom, right? And below that on the map is Edom. So as you're saying, southeast.
Can.
So Day of the South is Judah. Right, so Edom there already. So they Judah, it's clear?
Good.
So they Judah here, south, as Obadiah said, the Day of the South shall possess. So all this here is going to, this kingdom of Edom is seen here. In the kingdom is going to be known as the kingdom of Judah. This is going to be Judah's land. This is going to, Esau ain't going to have no land. Esau going to be dispersed amongst the nations, amongst the world, in different plantations. He ain't going to have his own land in the kingdom. The Elamites going to have their land. The Hamites will have their land. All the other nations going to have their land except Esau, Edom.
Nothing.
Book Amos chapter 9 and 11, it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord, doing this. The remnant of Edom is the land, because as the brother said, he will go on have any.
That's right.
You understand? He not going to have any land. He wouldn't be there. So what remained back of him would be his land.
Be there on that earth, serious.
Yeah, after 1,000 years he wouldn't be there.
That's right.
But nothing you will own anymore.
From having everything to having nothing. How you feeling, Esau?
You won't have no land anymore. Those lands will be called by your name.
That's right.
Land will be called by the name of Israel.
That's right.
All lands. Everywhere we go now, we're going to come back. Just like how you do. Yeah, we're going to do that. And we'll have you in subjection.
Can. You
You
need
ain't
to.
going to own nothing. You don't ever own, you're going to own our name.
Too wild, too wicked.
Yeah. You're going to own Israel. Israel name will be yours.
Something here. There's Job chapter 20 and verses 18. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
Recompense.
According to his substance.
Recompense. The Lord is our reward. Yeah, the Lord is going to make you pay.
According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So as you were saying, somebody was saying he will be there, but it ain't going to be his. He shall not rejoice therein. So you'll be in Edom. You'll be in that land that was yours, but you're going to be in a pitiful case. You're gonna be known as this come until, as the brother was mentioning, you ain't gonna be there no more. Ultimately, because of the prophecy in Obadiah 1 and verses 18.
That's right.
Obadiah 1 and 18. Go ahead.
So like, this is the word restitution in the Merriam-Webster, the act of restoring or a condition of being restored, such as restoration or something to its rightful owner. You know, say the gold is mine, the silver is mine, all of it is his own.
And that just because
Israel is his own. You try to mark it not to be yours. Israel is his own.
Not just because, look what they had a mind to take our land. Right now, the 12 tribes portion that we just, the map that we just went into, Esau, Edom, and also these Ishmaelites as well, they parted our land between themselves. The restitution of her stolen property. Stolen property. You understand? So they stole our land. So it's only fair that the Lord caused us to inherit theirs. That which was given to them is going to be passed on to us because they had a mind to take ours for theirs forever.
But if I may say in the laws, I'll always say if a thief found stealing, he had to repay what he steal and more.
Yes, you had to give more than you stole. So you learn not to steal.
And obey the law.
That is it.
By force,
So Esau can learn not to steal by force. And then you can get rid of it, you really don't learn.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Right, so a regular thief will steal till he have enough. Like some jigs will go in a store, they mightn't clean it out. They will leave back one or two things here and there, but they're going with, you know, what they really come for.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, would they not have leave some grapes? It says, how are the things of Esau searched out?
Right.
How are his hidden things sought up?
The most high ain't leave nothing. The most high ain't going to leave nothing remaining for Esau either. Everything that Esau had, that he stole, that he kept secretly, the Lord is going to reveal and he's going to give unto us.
Every single detail, everything, and even a little piece of hidden things, you can keep hidden. Right now, there's never been exposed on a whole different level. And only simple not seeing it. Everybody has seen this never been exposed. He's so being exposed, totally exposed. Telling you that he's at the 47th chapter. Naked right now.
This is the book of Micah 2 and verse 3. It says, therefore, I read from 2, it says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughty, for this time is evil.
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, according to it.
The chariot.
Chariot, what? That was smite them with the curse. Isaiah 34, 2 and 5 missiles. And then the children of the curse. But the point is that them that steal.
What curses do? Like we learn from under the curses. What the curses did us?
Well, the person in a low place and, you know, pain and suffering.
The curses also, they pursue us.
They pursue us, yeah.
Wherever we went, them curses, them curses was on us.
Hey, that's how we can identify Jeep. This woman just come to my mind. Because like I was coming up in the car, I was talking to somebody in the States and there's about a guy who impregnated when he married a woman, right? He married a woman, I think she's Cuban, right? And her girlfriend keep snitching on on him and tell him why. Because she got pregnant and she went to make a child in Italy. And her girlfriend keeps snitching on him, and now she been a nigga who wanted him and who wanted to see his child. But the law in Italy is that the child, even if it's born there, a citizen, they become a citizen, and they cannot leave until after a year. She's a newborn and he can't get to see his child unless he gets to go to Italy. But she not giving him that information. She don't want, but she don't want him to see. I'm don't say what. I'm don't preach. She don't want him. She being a nigga who went towards him now. Nice. Jake. So he thinking is well, we just say Spanish, Cuban, and the Cuban is somebody different from us, but really actually that's our people
Jake.
need the curse. Our people don't need the curse.
What precept? Joel chapter 3 and verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, O Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Who is Tyre?
Who is Tyre and who is Zidon? Zidon? Like Esau? No?
Who is Tyre? Where is Tyre? We're not talking about the map. Where's Tyre? Tyre is north of Palestine. But Tyre, we have certain Hamitic tribes that goes well in there.
Right, say yeah. Because all the coast of Palestine, so yeah. Can't.
So when you go back to the maps, the same maps, Palestine, north of Palestine, right? It was Tyre and Zidon are sea coast cities, right? So they were like rich cities because sea. If you're a sea coast city, you have trade going on there. So the goods and commodities come in there first before you go in. So you get the vessels and so like there's our bar, there's our marketplace too.
Can't.
Right? But what they used to do there? Continue to read.
And
You see,
all
you
the
see,
coasts.
You understand, when you understand what you're reading, as Philip today, you understand it's not what you're reading.
Can't.
So you might know the precept applicable because you hear something similar, but understand why. Right? Understand why. Or understand what was traded in the sea coast. Go ahead.
Can't. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render to me a recompense?
Why? What is a recompense?
A pay, repayment, yeah.
And pence is a pay. Why would they have to recompense the Lord? Why?
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Go ahead.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Right, so the treasures of the Lord's house, they have it. Go ahead. But then the Europeans come and take it back from them. The so-called Europeans, the Edomites. Right? You have Nigeria complaining, you have these different Hamite nations complaining that Esau and Edom come and they take all the gold and the treasures and they carry it to the Museum of England. Right? They carry it to the different museums. When they ask for the things back, they say we have to check and see the authenticity of our nation. You have to validate the authenticity of your claim. They're fucking stealing this shit and then telling you that you have to check and see if it's really yours. Right? Go ahead.
Wicked.
But you understand why they would say that? Because it's not theirs, it's really Israel alone. Go ahead.
And verse 6. Verse 6. Joel chapter 3 verse 6. The children also of Judah.
The children of who?
Of Judah.
Go ahead.
And the children of Jerusalem. Have ye sold?
Have you what?
Sold.
Have you what?
Sold.
So you understand why he report? If he say what? If you can offer me a recompense?
For what is sold.
Because these Hamitic tribes, they sold our people.
Can.
They sold us. Go ahead. But
Unto
who they sold them to?
Unto the Grecians.
So who is the Grecians?
Esau. No?
Yeah.
Esau.
Has to be.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
That he may what? Remove them far from the border. Which when I go back to the law, right? You're not supposed to remove the borders or the landmark. Esau do that. Esau when they conquer all these lands, they colonize, what they call them in Black Panther, if you ever watch about them, colonizers.
Yeah.
The colonizers come in, they colonize, they come and they put their fucking spirit upon all these nations, remove their fucking borders and landmark, hide away their history, right? And say that say that you are this and you are that. So like the other day I was watching an interview And two years might just say, no one interview and they're saying that, guess what? Hindu is a term the colonizers gave them. They were never known as no Hindus. Their ancient name is really Elam. They was never known as no Hindus. Right? But Esau come and get them their name. Well,
that is the anime come out on Netflix where three mighty went to Japan and they started control Japan from the inside to take over Japan. But they're not making our daughter and killing the woman and our daughter not going to find who white man it is in Japan, but it's main laws in Japan hiding the fact that a white man controlling them behind the scene. So then you get father behind the scene and try to control the Japan, but you're never making it on things, but it's a story to think about today.
Is one that you have to read or is it?
No, English and
Manga,
I know trying to get into them. I just have to watch the game. I know trying to get into them, but I realize that there is plenty.
Yes.
They're selling themselves. They're telling about themselves. Like on one Spriggan was one of the real
deep. That one real deep.
They putting it in them animes long time. They tell about the one called Pantheon. That is a American made anime. But they're telling you how they actually disintegrate, they scan somebody's brain and it disintegrate and they digitize the person, the essential essence of the individual, even the spiritual energy, everything go into the digital world.
That's a fancy way of saying algorithm.
Oh, it's a real blasphemic anime.
Right.
Really.
So your enemy in Pantheon. What are going to fight?
Five.
All.
Yeah.
All.
Pen, I think pen.
Pen, yes, sorry. Yes, pan. So that's all gods.
All
Pan,
gods.
yes. Because they have a next one too. They have a pan. Okay. They have a next one with this who acts as Austin Powers, but
Mike Myers.
yeah, but they have a whole set of them right now on Netflix. Netflix right now is a channel pushing on the policies.
No, it's not just Netflix. It's a Prime have one called The Boys. And they have a roll-up from The Boys called Gen V. They're showing you how Star Madness is real blasphemic shows. I mean, we don't want to go into that. But they're blasphemic. They're selling out themselves, like you say. Gen V. That is one from The Boys. You see Highlander in it?
Pantheon. The gods of a people, especially officially recognized gods, two or other deities from the vast pantheon of ancient Mesopotamia deserve special mention. These are the sinister powers of the underworld, Gal and Nergal from John Gray. That makes so much sense here. You see the name? That makes so much sense. You saw it in the right man.
Because she allowed to
Check out this one. Blue Eye Samurai.
Tilted forward. Till the top.
So she's a piazza, right? She got to push herself as a boy. So nobody go realize she's a girl. But she
She's a descendant of Esau.
yeah, the storyline really deep. I think it is storyline. I want to believe that you have to Japan.
Yeah, because they went into all the nations. So when you think about Philip of Macedon, his son, right, and then Alexander, and then his general, Ptolemy, Cassandra, Seleucid, and Anastasius. They went in and they was controlling. They was either Semites, some went in and then when Egypt became white. Egypt wasn't white. Egypt wasn't white. So even when they talk about the great Liberian and Alexandria, right? That was them fucking wherever they put it, what they wanted there.
And like they say Alexandria, that was named after Alexander.
Alexander and the Greek.
Antioch.
Yeah.
Antioch was named after Antiochus.
They named the towns after, they named the lands after themselves. So when I Jake come up here, why black unconsciousness? He in black consciousness. We will say the black unconsciousness. And what about Tim? And in Egypt, and he scrolls and he suck on the ask. Let's suppose let's do ask who's Tyrian, who's Zion? Where's Tyrian? And they ask them questions, they can't fucking answer because they just swallow, right? And they never do so. They parrot, they just monkey. They never search, they never study, they're not studying, they're not nurtured. The scripture talk about being nurtured, being brought up.
The scripture say the children of this world are in their generation wiser than children of light. Because like six of these Bible commentaries they will go into, they will give you a more plausible, some of them, they'll give you a more plausible response than Jacob gave you on the street. Because being the children of the wicked, they are, as the scripture say, they made a diligent search. So they were even when they constructed Bibles like these, some of them like after King James published it obviously, but they republished or recreated or whatnot. Like certain Bibles would have maps in it. Yeah. They put in maps because they know that there's necessary tools why they study the Bible.
But what possible about it say they need to see.
You need to see it.
The mind's eye. What is the vision?
This one.
The vision.
Right there, future.
Right. The vision. That must eat out. Yeah, talk about the vision now, bro. So what's in your mind's eye now? You can put things in perspective and make it see. Right? Take, alright, Tyrese Zidon, why? Take, see course. Right? Hamites, take. They sold us, they had us on auction blocks. They literally say, they sold us so who? The Christians, the so-called white. Right? The so-called whites. Right? I think when they go into the word Christian, it goes into Japan.
Which was Japheth. But Esau conquered that region and took that title into it.
Even when they did with Gog and Magog up in that area, they do some research on Gog and Magog. I thought they Japheth got this one from
as you mentioned, the successors, the Duchy of Alexander. Right now we have been a Hanukkah, right? Right now as we in the feast of dedication, Hanukkah, right? And Jesus Epiphany came out of that Seleucid branch, and he calls the decimation or pollution of the temple.
Yeah, defile the temple.
Right.
As Maccabees 1.
Right? So going back to these Edomites, and the scriptures highlight them in Daniel 8. But then a deeper detailing would give you from what? The Apocrypha. And you Christians, you ignore this. You cast this out as not valid, not canon. And it's not canonical. It's not according to that which is written in 66 books. But this actually gives you more detail into what happened or what took place with the he-goat and the four notable ones that came out from that he-goat in Daniel, the 8th chapter. And if you don't have this, then you wouldn't understand you wouldn't understand what's going on here in John 10. Let me John 10.
So that easy way to cut a Christian, so-called Christian scholar. John 10:22. What I mean?
This is the book of John chapter 10 and verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
It was winter.
Yeah, what is that? Where can we find
dedication?
Yeah, the feast of dedication, the detailing of the feast of dedication. When did this happen? What dedication is it speaking of?
No, I'll mention winter. Right now, winter coming into the States. We're in Alaska. Today, it's snow over there. We've got another Dominican GMS Northwest. When it was Preacher Saturday, it was cold over there. They had only earmuffs and the thick jackets. It's winter now. And when we celebrate it now?
Dedication. And I even looked it up. I looked up the word winter. And for countries like across here, we don't have any winter season. It actually went into rainy season. Rainy season.
So you know, out there, just thinking about, hey, we don't have in Trinidad, but guess what? We didn't talk about Trinidad where they're actually, but they cover it by saying rainy season. We have two seasons, wet or rainy season. So we have an example rainfall right now, right? And we have dry season, which is not known, right? But when scriptures were scripted, it was talking about the Middle East.
God.
And it had before seasons across there.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, what is dedicated? You
A spark? What they say, a spark? Yeah. Jeff, come here?
Yeah.
I know who's on you. What's it like?
I know what.
Well, I said if it's a spark, oh, that could have been an angel. That could have been an angel, that could have been a spirit. Because I watch it as like, I rain and a spark. I watch it come down, but it didn't see it. The only way it could have come from the transformer, and it didn't come from the transformer because that came from you.
What? Say that.
So I watching it so. I was.
Yeah.
How it move. I watch it. But when I hear what they say, it's like, that could have been a spirit. That could have been a spirit. How that move? Because it have nothing there.
The wrong off. No light and
Nothing.
chain. Everything remain the same.
It was amber. It was amber in color. That's what they see. I see it fall like a solid too. Yeah, it fall like that. It didn't just fall. It didn't. You know, just as the apostle said, them spirits just get rolled up. Spirits rolled up.
But where could you find the piece of dedication in the traditional Bible? No way there is. Not in the law. Not in the law. Not in the 4 or 5 books of Moses. That piece no way.
That way I'm sure that Christians not study.
They're not studying. And they like to say this apocrypha is a fraudulent part of the museum. When it was published by King James, the original King James version, the 1611 version, it was published by King James.
And why you can't find it in the law and why you won't find it in Moses' writings is because it didn't happen yet. It didn't happen in Moses' time to make it a law. It didn't commemorate anything that happened back then. In Moses' time, that was to commemorate something that would happen thousands of years after Moses. That is it. You had to end up under that vile person that Daniel prophesied of. Antiochus Epiphanes, that caused us to offer swine on the altar, totally decimate the temple, and then the rededication of the temple is what Yahweh in John 10 and verse 22, being in the Roman Empire that was after or followed the Grecian Empire. He kept the dedication as well, as it had been established during the Grecian Empire, which is this book here, this little book here, right, gives you a proper account of what happened during this Grecian Empire, which gives you more understanding, more than just the feast days. It gives you more understanding of why it is they said there is no difference with Jew and Greek within the scripture. You get more understanding as to why the apostles also went to Greeks.
Why you call me just
The more portion of the Israelites was in.
But with all the apocrypha, you have a missing link to your understanding. Your understanding is not complete of the Bible. Like we always say, you all don't know the Bible. You don't believe in reincarnation. You don't believe in the apocrypha, right? You don't believe that the Messiah was a dark-skinned man. You don't even know the Lord's name. You all don't know this book. You all should just put on the Bible and just sing all day, which they do, right? And they might just read 1 or 2 scriptures. The reason being, they don't know the Bible. When you go to Bible studies in the church, you can't even ask a question. To wait. Yeah, just listen, wait till the pastor finish. Till he finishes sauce you.
Let's keep singing and babbling all the tongues, all the so-called tongues. Roll on the ground. Let's keep doing that.
What make a complete mockery of them churches is this movie, they clone Tyrone. That show them, this black church is a comedy show. That shows right in And in all them other movies, they have so-called black churches events. They'll be making mockery of that. Because them thing is, you don't get the understanding. If you want to learn the scriptures, you have to come on the scriptures tell you that. Wisdom cried out, she uttered her voice on the streets. If you want to learn the Bible is given out on the streets. The understanding of the scriptures is given out on the streets. On the YouTube via mainly Great Millstone. Great Millstone, and whoever teaching what Great Millstone teaching, have that 100%. They're not going to none of them churches and them and find the truth is not found there. The understanding of the Bible is not found there. And it would be it's kind of hard for people to believe that we have it because we didn't go in a cemetery school. Them cemetery schools.
Cemetery?
But you went to cemetery. Them dead schools. Them schools were teaching you only about death and not life. We never went there. We never go there, never went and open a book there and write no. Yeah, Oshai didn't go there. Peter didn't go there.
None of the prophets ever learned of when
No.
But all of a sudden, you're thinking, you learn from these schools. You're supposed to go by the scripture that, but how come none of these men never go to these schools? You're supposed to know you're doing something wrong. But as the scripture says, they look at good things as evil. And evil things not so their mind is totally backward in the scriptures. Backward. They have a backward thinking. You think it's going to this church, you're going to get some kind of truth, but there's no truth in there. The word, just by the word church, the word church is not a building. Scripture tell you that. When you read Deuteronomy, you read Acts. It tells you the church is the Israelites. The church is really. Now you Christian going in church and talking about the heathen, you're not doing like the heathen. Just by saying the word heathen, you're saying there's an Israelite. And that's what the word heathen means. The word heathen means there's a non-Israelite and a non-Jew. Just saying the word, you're not knowing what you're saying. You don't understand the meaning of the word. Understand? You're not going to get no knowledge, no kind of knowledge in these buildings, these churches.
There's a short concerning the Christian churches. When they say 2 Timothy 3 and 7, they say, ever learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah. Ever learning, and then it goes on to say silly woman. Because it gets so part of inside it, in them buildings. Women running the show. With the bullshit, talk about blah 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 blah. Ice cream, marvelous. And not speaking in tongues. And you are using Corinthians, that's to prove that. First Corinthians, that's to prove that what you are doing is the correct thing. Not the correct thing, but you're reading one scripture. The scripture says, through thy precepts, you don't go through the precepts. You must go through the precepts to get the understanding, to get the context of what Thomas says. Right?
Peter, the Apostle Peter, the Apostle Paul, them men and them today are world famous. World famous. I don't know normal men. World famous. God. And them famous and all they do is just teach the Bible. So this what they show you is this work that we do here now, we have echo through generation, eternity.
Yeah, just like how
That's right.
we them men coming again. You know? Yeah.
Isaiah 39 and 10. Now this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesying unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
The scriptures continually calling the Most High the Holy One of Israel, but yet still, you are still talking about the Christian. But Israel don't exist. The Israelites don't exist. But yet still, when they ask, who is your God? Your God is some Jesus.
Because yesterday I was talking to a woman.
Yeah.
I was talking to a woman and telling she saying how since she grew up, she know this white man mother. So I break down the scriptures and she showing she that your God is a Negro man from the tribe of Judah. She said that she not accepting that. She grew up knowing a white Jesus as your God.
She is.
And nothing wrong with that. That's all good.
Keep it up.
It's good.
Keep it up.
Scripture saying,
Yeah.
filthy remain filthy. Right? Then you are just remain unjust. Jesus, water unjust and unfilthy spirit. But who shall enter into the holy mountain? They have clean hands and a pure heart, pure mind. So to be washed in the word is to understand that there's justice in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. There's justice in the power of Israel. He's coming back to execute justice and judgment. Right? When you have a law, right? You get charged for breaking a law. You go to a court, right? They say a court, you have a jury, you pay all that shit, right? But when in the scriptures, you go before the wise men of the city, right? And if you be found guilty, and there's a law that you bring out to death, what? They be stoned to death, right? To put the fear in all Israel that is sin not. You understand? So you'll actually made an example of. Hey, this is what the law said, this is what we're going to live, this is how we're going to rule our society. When you go into the word cosmos, a group or society of homogeneous people, you look at people homogeneous, they're all bound by the same law. Right? We have the law 612. For the 13th, you're excluding the 13th law, which is the law of sacrifice, which Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice. Right? You don't need a sacrifice for sin anymore. Yahushua was the propitiation for our sins and his sin.
That's right.
And the sins of the nation of Israel. No other nation was up in that. So eventually you see, I'll study something, I'll make a statement just so when I say words, just how after speaking. But actually, these people that look like these other nations up in the church, they might be Jake. When you really think about it, they might be Jake because actually all these nations in their spirit, their natural born spirit, they're going to be after the idols. But the mere fact that they're seeking after the God of the Bible, they just might be Jake. And look like the other nations. Right? It's just that it wasn't given, as we know, it wasn't given unto all Israel to receive it together.
The scripture says, what then Israel had not obtained that which he seeking for. So Israel will be seeking after that God of the Bible.
So yeah, we might watch and like for example, my old teacher from trade school, he died. Right? His name is Elamite name. I don't know his name, right? And it's like, he had an Elamite name, and then his father had given him a card that Elamite will give him, an old piece of, old piece of that, you know, they look right. So I in my mind, and this is before the truth, I killed me dead this man's father. I see the man's father is a Jake, but look, apparently wife is a Jake. You understand? And I even see his mom and it's like, right, cool, they see no Elam no way. It's just a name. You understand? It's the name. But one thing, like for example, my neighbor, when he called his name, he ring off as a pure Indian. But when you check it out, the spirit is happy. When he tell me, I say, wait now, so you still talk about my father never do nothing, my father thing. You always say nothing and he dead with only money saving. Right? And he never buy land or buy land and then no. Right? And so you had contempt for his father. So when he said that, when he said his mother was East Indian, I said, wait, so your mother gave you her last name? Yeah, my father was nothing, my father was worthless, and I would have good. So she gave him her last name, which is her father's name, which was the Elam name. But he's the spirit of a Jake. His father is a Jake. You understand? So when we judge him, they are the judge to the spirit, understand? And as he just goes up. The elect had obtained, but the rest were blinded. So that's all that going on. So you're seeing, they look like Moabite, they look like
right for Luther to, what is called them, French Creole and all that kind of thing. Them is just J. It's J.
You judge according to appearance. I see John 7.
Try the spirits like Monday. Elam come, restore it down with Elam. And then Elam get offense at the word. Right? Hey, this place bad thing, this place vexing thing. When it's vexing, you have freedom. Freedom to do what? What freedom you missing? But hey, you have freedom to do whatever. You can be a more if you want out to the street. You can be a more. What freedom else you missing? What you being oppressed with? You understand? You believe what you say when high? What power you believe in? I think when the self, he talk about self and science.
In John 7 and verse 24, judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Righteous judgment. The scripture said, try the spirit. We're trying to prove what the test. We're trying to mighty word. Now we know the scripture describing Matthew as a sower going forth and planting seed. Some fall by the wayside, some fall on good ground, some fall on stony ground. You know, it will spring up, but they're not having root. When offense coming up to the word, they will what? They will die, they will take life.
I know something that's it with Philip and he's today, you know. And the scripture say when the spirit moved Philip, he tell him go by the chariot. And they met the Ethiopian, you know. And the scripture say, are you not like unto the Ethiopians to me? I cannot think in you, because I said, that is an Ethiopian. I not doing that. Why should I go and bring on the scriptures to him? It's clear he's rolling with the Ethiopian band. Because one of the men with Candace or whatever.
The Candace, the border, the power. Queen of Ethiopia. But it's a spirit. He went in. So going back to a spiritual thing, despite, because he could have passed off simply as an Ethiopian to the Canaanite. The Ethiopians look like us, we look like them in a type of way. But it's true, it's all through the spirit. What do you complexion? That's how kind of way. Fucking head way. You ever see the forehead?
Can't. You have a kind of sharper. You have a kind of sharper look in the chin.
Yeah. You have a kind of fan.
And a big head.
You have a kind of big head. Yeah.
When you smell it,
All of them are
but it doesn't be out. It's like, it's funny, but
You can't miss them.
Yeah, one of the bishops is called either bishop or deacon in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Just the October
you know in that church, then try. So I don't know what you're doing, but we don't frequent that music. That music will associate with the congregation. In that church, you have a big church in Aruba.
I know the one that's on the beach. And
White, the building white.
And I think they changed the color. They painted them like the Rasta colors.
Yeah. They have the plan. And that goes to show the picture.
You know, you are dropping your mask, you're going to sit down. You are dropping here, then
also, it's on that side. There's a success side.
yeah, no,
On the next side,
side. Now you got the end opposite, directly proportional to where we were staying.
The one right before CCC behind it. I don't know that school.
I know success is until my health is big tree. I don't know. I may know the same because
It have a school there. No, it have one on the right hand side now. I know the school, but I don't know the name. And CCC right behind them. Yeah, they have the CCC and camp right behind them. I know you're talking about, I know the name.
But yeah, it's all through the spirit. You understand? And the understanding will be given to the Lord's elect. You know, so it could be Ethiopia, Europe, possibly is a elect.
Yesterday I saw the father, they call him Father Black. Hey, his name is Father Black, I'm Catholic priest, right? But I called him and asked him what I can't remember some years ago, I think I was with Pope, I say, what was there's what going on here, thing, is a cult in the Bible, the Lord. You only know when the Lord comes. You only know when the Lord comes. When the Lord comes. Then you see, ask him about the mark of the beast. I can't remember. But he said about some kind of numerology. He went to break down the mark of the beast. He went straight down to the 666 number. And some numerology shit that thing he said about it. He was off. They off.
And even when you're going to the number, you could find out what the mark is.
Yes, child size stigma. The stigma, like you have a bad stigma, or you have a good stigma, right? You have a good representation, right? You have a good name. So they say a good name is above wealth, right?
I can show you it's not for them. You understand? Because even when they go into the number, they go in all kind of way except that. When the mark is clear, it's a correct mark, I'm print mark. You understand? A piercing, going back to the root word corrects of correct mark. I think that is the same word for when you go into the book of Luke, it's engraven. Luke 19. Godhead, or is it Acts? Is it Acts? Acts. Godhead. Go ahead. You just talk about we have trench Palisade, but talk about
Acts 17 and 20. This is
17 and 22.
29 is important. Acts 17 and 28. For in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring.
One of the Greek philosophers, or call them poets, used to use that same statement, but not pertaining to the Most High. The Apostle Paul, being known as he was, he used that same statement and brought it to what pertaining to the Lord.
It says, for as much then as we are the offspring of power, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold. It says, or silver or stone graven by art and man's device.
Right, graven.
When you go to the word graven, it means karag mark. Right? It's stamped and it's printed mark.
Karag mark. Engraven. And when they say graven, something graven, you get the word also etched. When you look up the word etching and then it actually leads you back to a needle.
Yeah, because I used to do machine shops. You would etch a machine too, which is basically it's like a needle on a rotated device, and basically like kind of like a tattoo needle. Right. This was a point so that you can write on metal. So you can have a permanent marking on metal. And so you can either etch writing on it to put up a serial number or brand, or you can stamp. You will have the stamps where it will be like 20, how much letters do you have? About 26 letters, and then you will have the numbers 1 to 10 and the different symbols, right? So you can stamp a serial code on whatever metal.
And
right?
these are the types of writings or what is it, imprints that last a lifetime.
Ancient, but I just say that where there is coming from. This is the ancient way of doing things.
Because it lasts. A permanent mark.
Right? So like something else. I sent my bike to service a guy. When I bought it in, when they was doing check-in, they say take a picture of the serial number, so make sure it's yours in the back. And they actually flip the bike over. I didn't even realize, but they flip it over by the pedalers go through. But at least if you pull up on the bike, they have the serial number, stamp, and print right there. So once you have that, you know that you receipt for that. That is your bike. So if it is stolen and you police cover it, you have the serial number, that is yours. That's the brand or the character of your possession. And that's what he's trying to do. Brand, stamp, then print or etch into you his ownership on photo. Alright, so with that, pretty lesson 135, all praises to
Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Akakadash.
Shalom to the
Shalom to the end.